On August 9th, 1976, John Candelaria made Pirate history by becoming the only Pirate pitcher to throw a no-hit, no-run game in Pittsburgh. That was against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Tonight, the Dodgers provide the opposition once again, and Candy gets the call. His mound opponent, the Dodgers' career leader in victories and shutouts, Don Sutton. The Pittsburgh Pirate Television Network presents Pirate Baseball 80. Tonight from Three River Stadium, the Bucks meet the Los Angeles Dodgers. Pirate Baseball 80 is brought to you in part by Mellon Bank, a neighbor you can count on. And in part by Quaker State, America's best-selling motor oil. Quaker State helps cars last. Messages promoting attendance at Pirate games are paid for by the Pittsburgh Athletic Company, Incorporated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dave Martin. With me is Nellie Browse. Lanny Fratteri will be along later. The Pirates open a two-game series against the Dodgers tonight with John Candelaria, ace left-hander, on the mound. 2 wins and 1 loss. The Pirate pitching in a bit of trouble now, perhaps. Blyleven has defected, and Jim Rooker is injured. Manager Chuck Tanner, however, says that will not affect the quality of the Pirate pitching because of the presence of Don Robinson and also because of the presence of Pascual Perez, a rookie right-hander just up from Portland who will start tomorrow night's game. Do you agree with that, Nellie?
Well, basically I don't, mainly because on any pitching staff you need a leader. You need someone to go out and win that big game, and I think that's John Candelaria's role now. He has to establish on this Pirate staff the fact that they can do it without somebody who is left. And he's the guy to do it. He's opposed tonight by a tough Dodger club. So far, they're 6-0 against lefties, and also one of the top right-handed pitchers in all of baseball today. So John's got his job cut out for him tonight, and I think he's going to establish himself as the leader on this club.
Candy's been hot this year. With the exception of 1 outing out of 5, he's pitched excellent baseball. So it's Candelaria against Sutton tonight. The Pirates against the Dodgers should be a whale of a ball game, so stay with us, and we'll be back right after this.
This Bud's for everyone who helps put food on the table.
This Bud's for you, for all you do. The king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do, this Bud's for you.
Dave's motto is, be prepared. So, he packed for this weekend like it was the Lewis and Clark expedition.
But he forgot one thing, money. Luckily, we have a neighbor who'll help us out any hour of the day or night.
Our neighbor gives us cash when we need it, and even does other favors for us, like deposit our checks.
Meet our neighbor.
The Mellon Banking Machine, a neighbor you can count on.
Now let's find a coffee machine.
The Giant Eagle Home Run Sweepstakes will be played all season long during every Pirate TV game. To enter, pick up an entry card at any of the 45 Pittsburgh area Giant Eagle locations and send to Giant Eagle Home Run Sweepstakes, Box 227, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 15230. There's no purchase necessary, but you must be at least 18 years of age. Employees of KDKA and Giant Eagle and their families are not eligible. During tonight's game, we'll have 3 Giant Eagle Home Run Sweepstakes innings. The jackpot is now $1,600. So stay with us for all the Home Run Sweepstakes excitement. Here's the batting order for the Los Angeles Dodgers. But first of all, here at Three River Stadium, our national anthem.
all right, Doug?
Okay, here's the way the Los Angeles Dodgers, managed by Tom Lasorda, will line up tonight. Their batting order: Dave Lopes will lead off and play second base. Rudy Law will be in center field. Reggie Smith in right field. Steve Garvey at first base. Dusty Baker in left. Ron Cey at third. Bill Russell at short. Steve Yeager, the catcher. And on the mound, Don Sutton. 2 wins, no losses this year.
Defensively for the Pirates, behind left-hander John Candelaria tonight, we will have Mike Easler starting in left field. Omar Moreno, the fleet center fielder, is in that position. Dave Parker, of course, platoons the right field. Willie Stargell at first. Phil Garner at second. Tim Foley at short. Bill Madlock at third. Ed Ott is our catcher, and on the mound, left-hander John Candyman Candelaria.
There he is, the big guy, left-hander. We had a chance to talk with John Candelaria and asked him how he'll pitch to the Dodgers tonight.
Dave Parker in.
Candy on the mound with a record of 2 wins and 1 loss, earned run average 3.34. He's had only 1 bad outing. In his last 3 starts, he's pitched 9 innings, given up 1, 2, and 1 runs in those 3 starts. So that's pretty good pitching, Nellie.
Well, it certainly is, and this is the type of pitching that Candy, when he's healthy, is very capable of doing. He showed a couple of years ago when he had an injury-free year, the type of year that he's capable of, winning 20 games, and had an outstanding record of more wins than losses. He was something like 20-5. And he's capable of that type of year, and that's the reason I think that John Candelaria is going to be the one that anchors his staff right now and gets it through its troubled times until it can settle down and we can see how Don Robinson's going to pitch and also how this new fellow Perez is going to be.
So here's the leadoff man for the Dodgers, Dave Lopes, veteran who's been around for several years now, had an outstanding season last year, and he's currently batting .291. First pitch to him is in there, a strike call. Lopes has hit 3 home runs this year with 8 runs batted in. There he is, right-hand hitter. Here's the next one. Had to turn away from it. Out goes to a ball and a strike. 1-1 on Lopes. Rudy Law on deck, and then Smith. There's the pitch. Ball 2. You don't think of Lopes as a 30-30 type player. That is 30 stolen bases, 30 home runs in a year. But last year he came very close to it. 28 home runs, 44 stolen bases. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and a bouncer foul to make it 2-2.
You certainly wouldn't think he'd have that kind of power because he's really not that big. He's very muscular, but not that big, and displays surprising power at the bat.
So far this year, he has 4 stolen bases. Dodgers are well balanced in that home run department. They have 4 players. Here's a swing, and he hits a bouncing ball through the box. Garner could not make the play. Went off his glove. Garner going to his right. Looked as if he was going to come up with that ball, as you could see, and then it bounced off his glove. And they're calling that an error on Phil Garner. So the first Dodger is on.
It was a tough chance for Phil because the ball had a lot of topspin, and he knows that a speedy Davy Lopes is running, so he has to hurry the play, and it was more or less a do or die for him. The ball just didn't stick in his glove.
Well, Lopes at first, and this is Rudy Law, one of 5 rookies to make the Dodger club this year. Pitch is a curve inside. Law has 10 stolen bases. He has speed, .298 batting average. Wide stance. He's driven in 6 runs, has not hit a homer. Strike call. Just did nick the outside corner. So it's a 1-1 count on Law.
surprisingly, Dave, Davy Lopes so far only has 4 stolen bases, and that's far below what his average would be. Must be letting this kid hit that hole between first and second when he's on.
Bouncer, and it came up and hit him in the face, apparently. Came up and hit him there in the face, and apparently the helmet did not protect him. Must have nicked him under that helmet. Here it is.
Well, he topped the ball, and the ball hits right off the plate and ricochets right up into his cheek. And this is the same cheek that he injured just a couple of days ago in the X-ray. And they didn't really know if he would be starting tonight, but he's given it a try. And wouldn't you know, one of the first things he takes fouls a pitch off the plate and hits him in that same cheek. That has to ring a few bells.
The skipper, Lasorda, takes a look at him. Now Lasorda's going to the dugout. Law is going to hang in there. Cattles ball 1, strike 2 on Rudy Law.
Was wearing the ear flap on the wrong side. He needed it on the left side.
Right. Lopes at first. Here's a ball outside to make it 2-2. There's nobody out. First inning of the ball game at Pittsburgh. Law is out on strikes. He got him on that curveball. Looked like he took something off the curve.
And for a young fellow that hasn't faced John Candelaria before, it's very difficult for him to stay in there. His hands are way out, his back is way out, and he just really flagged at that good off-speed curveball by John Candelaria.
So there's one gone now, and the hitter is Reggie Smith, the switcher batting right-handed. Liner to short, throw to first. He is safe. No double play. Smith had a line drive to shortstop Foley, who quickly threw to first, but Lopes alertly got back, and it brings up Garvey. Lopes still at first. Now with 2 out, and here's one of the best hitters in the game, Steve Garvey. Off to a somewhat slow start. .235 is current average with 4 home runs. He's up there in runs batted in with 20. League leader in runs batted in with a low batting average. Strike. Dodgers led the National League with 183 home runs last year. Outside. 5 Dodgers hit 20 or more homers. Nobody, I'm sure nobody hit more than 30. So that's what you call balance in the home run department. A lot of tough home run threats in this lineup. And the 1-1 pitch, a ground ball to Garner. To Foley. And that's all for the Dodgers in the first inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 man left at the middle of the first. Dodgers nothing. Pirates coming to bat.
I've driven 500,000 miles in my life, and all of it on Quaker State motor oil. So what oil filter am I using? Are you kidding?
I've used nothing but Quaker State for 22 years. So what oil filter am I using? Are you kidding? Quaker State motor oil has helped my car hit 50,000 miles. So what oil filter am I using?
Are you kidding?
Quaker State helps cars last. So what oil filter should you be using? Are you kidding?
Going back to the good old times that you've been too long without.
United presents up to 50% off to Grandma, 50% off to Cousin Elroy, 50% off to Aunt Betty and Little Fluffy, and to Stuart Randolph III.
That's what friendly skies are all about.
Up to 50% off, and now's the time to see them. They won't be standing around waiting forever.
Fly the friendly skies.
Call your travel agent.
Here's the Pirate batting order tonight. Omar Moreno will lead off and play center field. Tim Foley at short. Dave Parker in right. Willie Stargell at first. Mike Easler in left. Bill Madlock at third. Ed Ott, the catcher. Phil Garner at second. And John Candelaria, the pitcher.
Defensively behind right-hander Don Sutton will be Dusty Baker in left. Rookie Rudy Law patrolling center field. Veteran Reggie Smith is in right. Steve Garvey at first. Davy Lopes at second. Bill Russell at short. Ron Say at third. Steve Yeager behind the plate. And on the mound, veteran Don Sutton.
Don Sutton on the mound, a right-hander, a crafty fellow, one of the top pitchers in baseball, and although he's been on the downgrade a little bit the last year or so, he's in fine form right now. 2 wins, no losses, with an earned run average of 2.67. He's pitched excellent ball for the Dodgers so far this year. He's making his 5th start of the season. His last start was a while ago on April 27th against San Diego. Here's Moreno to lead off. Batting .271 with 5 runs batted in, no homers. And the pitch on the way. Ground ball through the box. Base hit for Moreno on the first pitch. Right back through the box, which is Moreno's specialty, going right through the middle, and Sutton, Nellie, looked slow reacting to that ball.
The ball was hit to his right side, and he really didn't get back. It was hit pretty hard. One hopper that got by him. And it's a tough way for a pitcher to start off. Usually you always like to come out and get that first guy out so you get a chance to get settled on the mound. But Don Sutton is already in trouble with the league-leading base stealer on first.
No score in the game. Here's Foley batting .253. He's ready to bunt and took it for a ball. Now they've called a balk on Sutton, and Moreno goes to second base.
Ladies and gentlemen, the umpire has called a balk.
We'll have to see if we can pick something up here and why they called a balk. There's a lot of rules now, and Sutton comes set. They must have called him for not maintaining that second delay when he did come set. He just came to the belt and fired home, and there's supposed to be a delay. Harry Wendelstedt at first base called the balk.
So ball 1, strike 1 count now on Foley. Moreno in scoring position at second base. Nobody out. Foley has driven in 8 runs. Here's the pitch. Line drive hit to right. Moreno gets a slow start. Stops at third as Smith fires into the infield. Moreno thought that ball might be caught by the second baseman Lopes and held up. So got only to third base.
Well, this is the sign of a good base runner. He knows that there's nobody out, does not want to get doubled off. He holds up as he sees the ball go ahead over Davy Lopes' head. He goes ahead and checks into third, finds the ball, and makes sure that the outfielder hits the cutoff man. Then he retreats to third base.
Here's Parker now with teammates at first and third and nobody out. Sutton has already given up 2 hits and committed a balk, and he's pitched to only 2 batters. Fly ball. Hop fly into short right center. Lopes under it. Moreno takes 3 or 4 steps, then goes back to third. Parker popped to Lopes on the first pitch. 1 out, it brings up Stargell. Parker came in with a .314 average, and now we'll see Stargell batting .318 with 2 homers and 7 runs batted in.
And no, that wasn't sawdust coming out of the bat handle. As you saw Willie grinding his hands on the handle, that's a piece of foam rubber that he has on the bat handle right now to protect his still sore left hand.
Line drive into right, base hit. 1 run is in. Smith up for the ball. Goes toward third, but too late. Foley is on third. Stargell is on first. Stargell wasted no time in hitting a Sutton pitch on the line into right field for a hit.
Well, so far we've been hitting that first pitch that's been over the plate on Sutton and getting the ball over the plate a little too good, and that's really what Stargell likes. He drills a line drive into right field, and Omar scores the first run, and Foley challenges Smith and right, takes third, so we still got something going here with runners on first and third and only 1 out.
That's Don Sutton, and here's the hitman, Mike Giesler, up there now. First and third, 1 out, 2 posts, ball 1. Easler is hitting .357. 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Pirates 1, Dodgers nothing. First inning. Easler and that familiar crouch at the plate. Pitch by Sutton, a swing and a foul tip. Ball 1, strike 1. That's Foley at third and Stargell at first. Pirates have some good batting average figures in that starting lineup tonight. Now the 1-1 pitch. Ball 2, strike 1. Up around the chin.
Sutton really hasn't been much of a double play pitcher. He likes to keep that fastball high in the strike zone, likes to give the fly balls up and strike out. So that's what he's trying to do here with Easler. Keep the ball up in the strike zone.
Turned away from it. The ump calls it a strike to make it 2-2. Parker, Stargell, Easler, Garner, and Candelaria all come in tonight with batting averages above 300. The 2-2 count. Easler waiting. Sutton taking his time, making him wait, and now Mike steps out of the box. Two-two pitch. Foul ball into the crowd. And still a ball 2, strike 2 count on Easler. San Diego beat the Cubs today 4-0. Easler doesn't chew tobacco, but he chews that bubble gum. Two is the count. It is. Ball 3, 3-2. Did you chew tobacco, Nelly, when you played?
No, I couldn't chew that stuff. I didn't even like to chew gum when I was on the mound because I even thought that broke my concentration. When I was on the mound, it was just all business, and that's exactly what Don Sutton is right now. He chews some gum, but he knows that he's got to be all business because he's in a definite jam.
A little move by Sutton. Fake move to third.
You'll very rarely ever see a Dodger pitcher throw a ball to third base. They want that hitter to drive him in. They don't want that, as Mike Easler walks, loading the bases, they don't want to throw a run in. They want to make the opposite team drive him in.
The bases are loaded now. He brings up Madlock.
And playing at third base, number 5, Bill Madlock.
There's Madlock batting .247, 1 home run, 5 runs batted in. Madlock in the lineup tonight, pending appeal of his fine and suspension. Bases loaded, 1 out. 1-0, Pirates lead. Foul ball. Strike 1 on Madlock.
That was the first time that Sutton led off the hitter with the breaking ball. So far, he's been using that good hard fastball of his, and he's been hurt with it. He's trying to adjust now. He knows he needs a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Fly ball, right field. Now the runner Foley's going to tag under the ball of Smith. He has a good arm. There's the throw, and he is out at the plate. Smith to Yeager to complete a double play and retire the Pirates in the first inning. 1 run and 3 hits. At the end of 1, Pirates 1, Dodgers nothing.
This Bud's for everybody who helps build this country from the ground up.
This Bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do, this Bud's for you.
Especially for you, Mom.
Especially from Kaufman's.
Remember her favorite fragrance, her special flair with famous name fragrances, including Lauren, Norel, Tatiana, Nina Ricci, Halston, Yves Saint Laurent, and many more. And especially for her, this beautiful mom plant at no extra charge with any fragrance purchase of $10 or more.
Especially for you, Mom.
Especially from Kaufman's.
See the serious side of comedian David Brenner on the next Evening Magazine.
And now a word on Pirate Bat Day.
Hey kids, Bat Day is coming. Last year's Never Say Die Pirates turned their bats on to defeat the Orioles and bring a world championship back to Pittsburgh. This year, thanks to Kellogg's Corn Flakes, all kids 14 and under who attend the Pirates game with the Giants on Sunday, May 25th, will receive a bat autographed by one of the champion Pirates. That's Kellogg's Corn Flakes Bat Day, Sunday, May 25th at Three Rivers.
Well, Reggie Smith, who has a gun for an arm, threw out Foley trying to score after the catch, and there's a welcome to our family here, our telecast family, and thank you very much, Pittsburgh Pirates, for that fine greeting. Here's Dusty Baker. He's been hot at the plate of late. At 2 home runs against the Phillies Sunday. He's batting .284, 6 homers, 16 runs batted in. Baker and Smith have the 2 best arms in the Los Angeles outfield, and the pitch is high and away, ball 1. Top of the second, Pirates 1, Dodgers nothing. Here's the next one. Curve missed. Count is ball 2, 2-0. There it is. Swing and a fly ball to right. Parker coming in. He's got it, 1 gone. On that fly ball hit by Madlock, a lot of things to take into consideration, I guess, in determining whether you send that runner in. Smith's got a good arm. Foley doesn't have all the speed in the world. You're in the first inning. It is a good time to gamble.
Oh, it certainly is. If there's ever a time that you really got no holes barred, is early in a ball game, and it took a perfect throw by Reggie Smith. I guess we have to give him credit because it was a perfect one hop to Yeager, the catcher, and they just put the tag on a sliding Tim Foley.
This is Ron Cey, and the pitch is a strike. Ron's hitting .286, 3 homers and 14 runs batted in. Liner, base hit, center field. Moreno on the first hop, grabs it and throws it back in. Hit number 1 by the Dodgers off Candelaria. Solid hit by Cey, and it brings up Bill Russell.
A lot of trade rumors concerning Ron Cey being offered possibly going to the Chicago Cubs for Bruce Sutter. Ron said, hey, I can't pay any attention to that. I just have to go out and play my game. He doesn't want to leave L.A., but he said, hey, I got to play somewhere, and I'll do everything I can regardless of where I play.
Bill Russell hits it into right center and caught by Moreno. Oh, he went to throw the ball and did not really get it away, but he had possession of the ball for the out. Moreno tried to make a run, make a throw on the run. Now he makes a good catch here.
Well, he certainly does. He got a great jump on the ball and just outran the ball. That ball falls in on a lot of center fielders. And as he tried to throw the ball back in, the ball just slips out of his hand and falls away. But Cey had gone more than halfway down the line and was unable to advance. He had to return to first.
There's Steve Yeager now, the catcher. .261 average. Line drive. Knocked down by Foley, retrieves it, safe all around at first and second. Foley was lucky to get his glove on it. Hard hit ball by Yeager. Foley did manage to get his glove on it and knock it down, but it goes as a base hit. Puts 2 on with 2 out, brings up the pitcher Sutton.
Tim is really disappointed that he didn't get a chance to catch this ball. It was hard hit. He dove for the ball. The ball is in his glove, but when his glove hits the turf, it pops out, rolls out, and if he was able to hold it, he would have had Ron Cey at second base. Good all-out effort by Tim Foley.
Now Don Sutton, the hitter. Outside. Oh, yeah, you see good all-out efforts consistently, not only by Foley, but all members of the Pirates. You really do. That's not hyper. That's not sell. It's just a true fact. Here's a swing and a miss. Count as a ball and a strike.
Very reminiscent of our last televised game last Tuesday night when Phil Garner actually saved the ball game with a diving catch into short right field. That's the type of play that's indicative of this Cardinal ball club. This Pirate ball club, I should say.
Count as ball 1, strike 2 on Sutton.
Don't hit me. Don't hit me.
You're allowed. As an ex-Cardinal, as well as an ex-Pirate, you're allowed. There's a swing and a foul. Ball 1, strike 2. Sutton has been up 10 times and has 1 hit. He can help his own cause now. 2 on and 2 out. The Pirates lead 1-0. Candy's pitch. Back to Candy. Out to retire the side. No runs and 2 hits. 2 men are left. Middle of the second. Pirates 1, Dodgers nothing.
You're the Pepsi generation, the spirit of today. And with every taste of life that's new, well, that Pepsi spirit shines right through. It's that Pepsi spirit. Drink it in, drink it in, drink it in. It's that Pepsi spirit. Drink it in, drink it in, drink it in.
You just can't miss with Nichols enriched white bread. The freshness, the flavor, the texture. Like a true champion, Nichols enriched white bread is extra good. And now you get an extra bonus. Free tickets to Pirates games when you save 8 Nichols king-size enriched white bread wrappers. Details are on each wrapper. Yes, now more than ever, you just can't miss with Nichols enriched white bread.
All fans who attend Pirates Coca-Cola Cap Day on Sunday, June 1st will receive a free replica of the same cap the Pirates wear. That's Cap Day, Sunday, June 1st. Come visit the family and get yours. Thousands of caps will be given away that day to everybody. Mama, Papa, Grandma, Grandpa, cousins and aunts. Everybody gets a cap on Cap Day.
Is that what they mean when they look at you and shake their fingers and say, boy, are you going to get yours? Is that the same thing?
That's it. That's what they mean. That's it. We had a chance to talk with Ed Ott and asked him how the platooning system affects his performance.
I think it does as far as offensively, because maybe you'll run into some time where they throw like maybe 6 or 7 left-handers in a row, or the case where Nick's running into right now where they're throwing the biggest majority of right-handers. So therefore your timing is off. It also goes along with your defense. Nick and I like to go out there every day, but it's a situation that Chuck has for both of us that we're going to platoon. I play against righties, Nick against lefties, and it's Chuck's theory.
First pitch was in there. Strike 1 on Ed Ott. He's driven in 6 runs this year, left-hand hitter. You just heard Ed Ott's theory on platooning. Outside to make it a ball and a strike. That's 295 batting average, pardon me.
It's a situation where he's not happy with it, but he's adjusted to it and he's doing the best he can under the circumstances.
Pop fly under it is Say, and he has it, 1 gone. Ott popped out to Say, and it brings up Garner. Well, a lot of times a player won't particularly like something that a manager does from his own individual standpoint, but from the standpoint of a team, that's the way the manager thinks it's the wisest and the smartest and the best way to play it. There's Phil Garner with 1 out and nobody on. So in the team concept, the team has to take precedence, has to have priority. Ball 1. That's one very good reason, one very big reason the Pirates won it all last year. But there is a conflict, and you can see sometimes a player's point of view. There's the pitch to Garner. The count now is a ball and a strike. 1-1 on Garner. Don Sutton brings his arms up over his head. Here's the pitch. A bouncer to third. Say's got it. Throws across. Out 2 gone. Brings up Candelaria. Players speak out a lot more when they are not happy about things than they used to a few years ago, and that's probably a good thing.
Well, in the past, when you spoke out, you weren't under the protection of a multi-year contract that is guaranteed. In the past, you didn't have that luxury, so things that you say could and were held against you if you spoke out against the organization or whatever, and you could lose your job over it. But today, much more security, and they're able to take a more positive and firm position.
Count is strike 1. On Candelaria, 2 out and nobody on. Strike 2. I guess the classic example of what you're talking about, Nellie, what we're talking about is Bert Blyleven right now. He not only spoke out, but he took action. It's costing him money. At least for a while. 2-strike pitch. Lopes. To Garvey. That's all for the Pirates in the second. After 2 complete innings, Pirates 1, Dodgers nothing.
It's been a long, long time and a whole lot of places. Golf set records and golf won races. Searching, researching, we come a long, long way. That's why you can rely so much on golf today. Golf, golf, golf. Drive with experience.
This bud's for all you guys who keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down. This bud's for you.
This bud's for you.
For all the roads you ride and every place they take you to.
For all you do.
The king of beers is coming through. Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
This bud's for you.
Willie Stargell.
Under our contractual arrangements with the Pirates for this telecast, the announcers for this game have been selected by station KDKA-TV, subject to the approval of the Pittsburgh Pirates Baseball Club.
We're going into the top half of inning number 3, and the Dodgers will be sending up the top part of their batting order, Lopes, Law, and Smith. There's the pops of the family right there. Off to another good year.
You know, the type of leader that he is, Dave, it's not one that is a highly vocal type of leadership. He leads more by his actions on the field and the fact that he is out there day in and day out. Gets rested once in a while, but he likes for actions to speak louder than words, and his actions do indeed say that.
Second baseman,
Here's Lopes now to lead off in the top of the 3rd. It's a 1-0 ball game. The Pirates lead. Curve missed. Once around the Los Angeles batting order, Candelaria gave up no runs and 2 hits. 1 strikeout, no walks. Curve missed. Count is ball 2, 2-0. Candy has had 3 straight outstanding starts. Candy's got it. To Stargell, 1 out. Lopes out, pitcher to first. It brings up Rudy Law. This is Candelaria's 6th start of the year. Of the 5 previous ones, he was hit hard only once.
Well, so far tonight, Candy's been doing what they call picking it clean. Good hard ball hit back to him. He was ready for it, kind of shakes his head and said, boy, I didn't think I had that one, and flips on to Willie for the out.
Base hit to right field by Rudy Law. Parker throws it back in. Law quickly jumped on the first pitch. Belted it to right for hit number 3 off Candelaria. It brings up Reggie Smith.
One thing we must note very early in the ball game is that the pitchers have to notice so far that anything close to that plate on the first pitch the hitters are swinging at. So you have to have an idea and just not throw the ball over the middle of the plate. mix your first pitches better than they have been.
Smith went for the first pitch, maybe a double play. It is to retire the side. Foley to Garner to Stargell. No runs and a hit, nobody left. Middle of the third. Pirates 1, Dodgers nothing.
Over the past couple of years, I've been telling you to reach back for something extra. Levi Garrett chewing tobacco. I think it's the best tasting chewing tobacco I ever tried. And all across the country, a lot of other guys think so, too.
I sure do like the taste of this Levi Garrett.
It's the best tasting chewing tobacco I ever tried.
It tastes great.
Yeah, that Levi Garrett's a great tasting chewing tobacco.
You taste that fresh Levi Garrett flavor one time, and it'll be your brand, too. Levi Garrett.
Now is the right time to get more than just interest on your money when you save at your neighborhood Mellon Bank. Because right now you can get any one of these great Timex clocks at a great low price when you deposit $100 or more in a new or established Mellon Bank savings plan. Or deposit $500 and get this electric alarm free. That's why now is the right time, and Mellon Bank is the right place. Mellon Bank, a neighbor you can count on.
Well, this is it. E.R. Scott of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania can root the Bucks home during this half of the third inning. If a home run is hit, you will win $1,600 worth of Giant Eagle groceries. And in addition, certificates for 10 Tasty Cake family packs and Daly's Juice products redeemable at your grocer. E.R. Scott of Pittsburgh, PA will be sitting on the edge of his seat, rooting for a member of the Pirates to hit a home run here in the third. Pirates have the top of the order up, Moreno, Foley, and Parker. Manager Chuck Tanner, who spends most of his time in that spot, standing just to the right of the dugout. You should wear a spot thin there in that artificial turf.
A lot of things on his mind in the last week, and had to cope with a lot of things, a lot of decisions, but maintains that very optimistic and positive attitude.
Here's Omar Moreno, the Antelope, to lead off in the third. First time up, he singled to center field. Sutton winding. Looked as if he was going to bunt, but he took the pitch for a ball. Pirates have 3 hits and 1 run. The Dodgers have 3 hits and no runs. Moreno now has 15 stolen bases. Now bunt toward first. Garvey's got it. Tags Moreno for the out. 1 gone. Bunted it a little too hard. It brings up Foley.
Well, Omar, as of late, is trying to get that bunting down. I think he finally realizes if he's going to hit 300, he has to be able to get some base hits. This time he just pulls it a little too far down the line, and Doug and Steve Garvey makes an easy tag on Moreno.
Here's Tim Foley, who singled to right the first time up. He leads the Pirates in game-winning runs batted in. Ball is low.
Omar's going to get a lot more confidence in that bunting, and I think we're going to see his performance with that bunt improve over the season. Boy, take advantage of that speed.
Hot smash, hit to left. Foley is 2 for 2. Baker throwing it back in. Pirates with a runner at first, 1 out. It brings up Parker.
Boy, I know Timmy has a lot of pride, and he wants to prove that last year wasn't a fluke as far as the bat is concerned, and he gets a good pitch to Rip and just drills it right past shortstop Bill Russell for a base hit.
Parker off to a good start. He's been very consistent. Gone hitless only twice in 20 games. Foul ball. Now here's a spot for E.R. Scott to be tense because Parker's a home run threat. He's hit 4 round trippers so far this year. He's usually good for around 30 a season. If he hits one out now, E.R. Scott will get $1,600 worth of Giant Eagle groceries. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He jammed him, and the count is 2 strikes on Parker.
Sutton trying to work Davey up in the strike zone and tie it in on his hands, and Davey so far has been offering for that ball, and it is definitely out of the strike zone. So Davey's going to have to exercise a little bit better judgment, be a little more patient at the plate if he's going to handle Don Sutton tonight.
Now the stretch, here it is. Swing and a looper into left field, base hit. Runners hold at first and second, and it brings up Stargell. Now, Stargell has hit 2 home runs. He hit one in the Atlanta series. He's a home run threat, obviously.
This is a pitch that Don Sutton did not want to make. It was a breaking ball that he wanted right in on Davy's hands, got it out over the strike zone, and with the strength of Davy Parker was able to serve it into left field for the base hit.
Stargell has hit 30 home runs against the Dodgers. Oh, if you're E.R. Skyner, a friend of his, or have a reason to root, you got to really root right now. You got a shot here with Stargell at the plate. I'm excited for him myself, Nellie.
$1,600.
$1,600 worth of groceries from Giant Eagle. If Willie hits one out. He hit one out Sunday. High. Sunday, he hit one over the center field fence, the straightaway center. It almost went into those red seats. There's a high foul fly ball. In fact, the drive he hit Sunday was estimated at about a 475-foot wallop off that green wall that's behind the inner fence.
Well, either Willie is that strong, which we all know he is, or the pitcher is that strong, because it takes a strong arm to throw the ball that far.
Count is ball 2, strike 1. 2 on, 1 out. Pirates lead 1-0. Here's the pitch. Now it's ball 3 and strike 1.
Sutton still trying to keep that ball up in the strike zone with his fastball and then get his breaking ball over. But he's just a little bit too high right now to these left-handed hitters, and he's fallen behind.
3-1. Short center. Law's got it. Throw to second for a double play, and that had to be a mental miscue by Foley. Well, no home run was hit during this Giant Eagle sweepstakes inning, but no one ever loses here. Our contestant, E.R. Scott, will receive certificates for 10 Tasty Cake family packs and Daly's Juice products redeemable at your grocer. Our next Giant Eagle sweepstakes will be worth $1,700. So Stargell flied out into a double play. Foley was well around third base and was an easy double play victim. Law elopes. No runs and 2 hits and a man left. And after 3 innings, Pirates 1, Dodgers nothing.
I like to think I made football a better game to play because I introduced a whole new concept of professional defense. Brute 33 antiperspirant stick deodorant. It helps keep you dry and it gives you long-lasting deodorant protection. And it has a great smell of Brute. That's why pro football is putting a lot more emphasis on defense. And there are a lot fewer offensive players.
Make every day your Brute Day with Brute 33 deodorants and antiperspirants.
Double your buying power with Giant Eagle's buy one, get one free coupons. This week at Giant Eagle, buy one 10-count pack of Food Club Texas-style buttermilk biscuits and get a second one free with our buy one, get one free newspaper coupons. The same goes for Marchand beef or vegetable beef instant lunches. Buy one 2.5-ounce package, get a second one free. Look for all 6 of our buy one, get one free newspaper coupons and save. This week at Giant Eagle.
Giant Eagle, bringing all the best news.
Stay on top of the news in Pittsburgh and throughout Western Pennsylvania with Chopper 2.
The next 3 innings are sponsored in part by Natural Light Beer, brewed with only natural ingredients for a smooth, clean taste. Natural Light, taste is why you'll switch. And in part by Toyota, who invite you to see all the 1980 cars and trucks at your local Toyota dealer. Oh, what a feeling to drive a Toyota. Top of the 4th inning now. Steve Garvey grounded into a force play the first time up. He bunts it foul down the third base line. Strike 1. I'd like to say hello tonight to Amelia Cartwright, 89 years young. Hope that she gets well quickly. She's out at the Jefferson Medical Center. Good baseball fan. Hope you can get well quickly, Amelia. You call an 89-year-old lady Amelia or Mrs. Cartwright? Anyway, hope you're feeling better very soon. Ball is outside. Count is 1-1. This is Garvey batting .235 at game time. And the next one makes it ball 2, strike 1. Mental errors on the part of the Pirates have been few and far between this year, but Foley made one in the last of the third inning. He apparently thought there were 2 out. There was actually only 1 out. Swinging a foul ball. He was the runner at second base when Stargell hit a fly ball to center, an obvious fly ball that was going to be caught. Foley, thinking there were 2 out, was around third base and was an easy double play victim at second. Now the 2-2 pitch, a foul ball off to the right out of play. It's still a ball 2, strike 2 count on Garvey. Dusty Baker on deck. Candelaria has given up 3 hits, has 1 strikeout, still has a shutout going. The pitch, swing and a bouncing ball. Madlock's got it. Backhand stop, long throw, out at first. Good play by Madlock. A hard hit ball, and he was forced to back up on it, which is what an infielder does not want to do. He had to back up on it.
And Garvey hits the ball very hard, and Madlock had no chance but to backhand the ball, set himself and come up and made a fine, strong throw as Garvey cannot quite beat the play. And Pop Stargell, showing no signs of that age, stretched out there very nicely.
And the pitch to Baker is ball 1. San Diego 4, the Chicago Cubs nothing. Randy Jones the winner. He pitched a 5-hit shutout. Willie Hernandez the loser. Gary Turner homered for the Padres. Strike, count is 1-1. Houston-Montreal game still going. It's in the 9th inning now. Houston 9, Montreal 3. Expos batting in the last of the 9th inning. Fly ball to right. Parker makes the catch for the second out. Baker is out, and it brings up Ron Cey, who singled the first time up. They say that the quality of Cey's play is decreasing each year, and he is supposed to be on the trading block. Dodgers reportedly even offered him money to be able to trade him, but Cey is saying no. Apparently has it in his contract. The right to approve a trade. Pardon me. Count is ball 1 on Ron Cey. Now the count is ball 2. The curveball missed, too low. Cey's been a good player, though, for several years for the Dodgers. Has power at the plate. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Foul ball, makes it ball 2, strike 1.
He was never the best of defensive players at third. Adequate. Battled for you over there. But he's been a very good offensive ball player and displays very, very good power. You sure wouldn't think so because he isn't that tall, but he generates some good bat head speed and drives that ball over the wall many, many times.
Count is ball 3, strike 1. Cey is one of those Dodgers who was over the 20 mark last year on home runs. Bouncer. Madlock's got it to his left. Throw. Out. 2 great plays in that inning by Madlock. 3 up and 3 down. The middle of the 4th inning. Pirates 1, Dodgers nothing.
Hey, man, I want natural light. A dapper skyscraper like you, Switch. Sure, for me, natural light's great taste run hoops around everyone else.
And there's nothing artificial in this less filling beer. It's made with only natural ingredients.
Yeah, but taste is why I switched.
Whoa, nice. Cashmere?
Whoa, you can call it cashmere, you can call it reindeer.
Or you can call for more beer.
Natural light. Taste is why you'll switch.
When it comes to energy, some of us have been burning the candle at both ends, and that's too bad, because conserving energy doesn't have to be painful. Your Toyota dealer can help make saving a pure pleasure. These total economy Toyotas prove that fuel-efficient cars and trucks don't have to be boring. This is the highest gas mileage Toyota, Corolla Tercel. One thing we can all do to help relieve our worries about gasoline is to drive a fuel-efficient automobile. So, shouldn't you drive a Toyota?
And now a word on Cap Day from Kent Tekulve.
Hi, everybody. This is Kent Tekulve for Coca-Cola Cap Day. Thanks in part to the 1979 World Series, wherever the Pirates go, people know us by the caps we wear. Now, all our fans can be known by our cap, too. Everyone who attends our Sunday, June 1st game with the Mets will receive a free black cap like the ones we'll be wearing. That's Cap Day, June 1st, when everybody gets a cap and a smile from Coke and the Pirates.
Here's Mike Hitman Eastler hitting .391 as a starter. Boy, he's hanging in there as a starter, Nellie. You wouldn't have thought it when Chuck Tanner first put him in the lineup at Montreal on that cold day a couple of weeks ago, but he's hanging right in there and hitting so well, Tanner can't get him out of there. Here's the windup and the pitch. Strike knee high.
That goes back to the old story of Lou Gehrig. Guy sat out and let Lou play that first game, and some 2,000 games later, he retired. Needless to say, the other guy retired right away.
Fumbled by Lopes, recovers, throws, out. Lopes to Garvey, and it brings up Madlock.
Well, as an infielder, you can never take any ball for granted, and Davy Lopes comes over, seems to set himself, but not quite. And the ball comes up on his hands a little bit, but alertly jumps on the ball, finds his target, and makes a good, strong throw to net Mike Eastler at the bag.
Here's Madlock. Foul ball. Bills it safely in 4 games in a row. 1 out, nobody on. 4th inning. The score is 1-0 in favor of the Pirates. Candelaria pitching another strong game tonight. 3-hitter through 4 Dodger turns at bat. 1 strikeout and no walks. High for a ball to make it 1-1. Madlock, the first time up, hit a fly ball to right field. Smith caught it and then doubled up, Foley trying to score at the plate. Fly ball deep to center field. Law going back. He has room. And that's the 2nd out. I'd like to say happy birthday today to 84-year-old Ella Newman. Special hello to Ella Newman, a fine Pirate fan, and happy birthday to her on her 84th birthday today, May 6th. Here's Ed Ott.
You know, and just as we have people that have watched and been Pirate fans for many, many years, there's a couple of youngsters that we could say hello to. Eric and Lauren Tuttle. Kind of young, but are being weaned on Pirate baseball.
Off the glove of Sutton, base hit to center field. Ed Ott will get a hit. Bouncer that Sutton had a chance for, but it went off his glove and on into center field, and they call it a base hit.
This is what happens off of AstroTurf. You get a lot of top spin, and just as you think you have the ball, it hits the top of your glove and spins and carries on into center field where your infielders don't have a chance to cut the ball off. A nice gift for Ed Ott.
That's Ott and Garvey in your picture with the first base umpire, Wendelstedt.
Ed Ott checking how many outs. He wanted to make sure there's 2 outs. I can run on anything.
There's Garner with an 8-game hitting streak. Ball 1. Sutton in the past has been known to, at least allegedly, have doctored the baseball. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. It's been suspected that he uses an emery board or a file or something maybe in his glove to cut the baseball. Haven't heard too much about that lately. He wouldn't do a thing like that, would he?
No,
Nelly?
not a pitcher. We're of a special fraternity. We're very honest. Apple pie, Chevrolets, and red numbers on our chest.
Back to first. Count is ball 2 and strike 1 on Garner. Ott had to hustle to get back, but he made it.
Tell you what, you do anything you can get away with on that baseball field. I'm all for that. Anything to survive out there, and Don Sutton, whatever he's done in the past and is continually doing, has been very successful for him, and they can't prove it. If they did, they'd make him stop.
Strike knee high to make it 2-2.
I wish I would have known what he was doing. Maybe I'd still be pitching.
Ball 2 and strike 2. Sutton's a good-looking guy and an articulate guy. Now the 2-2 pitch. All 3-2 on Garner with the pitcher Candelaria to hit next. Now the wide one will put 2 men on and bring up Candy, who's been a good hitting pitcher this year.
There's a situation where a pitcher does not want to go to 3-2 on the hitter. You have 2 outs. You want to try and get that hitter out 2-2 so that you don't start that runner running from first. Here, a long double could possibly score Ed out from first.
Ball 4. Garner is on. 2 on, 2 out, and Candelaria the hitter. And also from the offensive team standpoint in that situation, Nellie, it's important for Garner to reach base and not make it out in order to keep the pitcher from leading off in the next inning. So even if Candelaria is retired right here, the Pirates have the top of the batting order up in the 5th. Ball 1.
So far, Candy's not been an easy out this year. Got quite a few base hits. He likes to compete.
Candy is now 4 for 12 at bat this season, including the first time up tonight. That's a .333 average. Line to left center field. Caught by Baker to retire the side. No runs and a hit and 2 men left. Lanny Fratteri will be along to carry it through the 9th inning. The score at the end of 4, Pirates 1, Dodgers nothing.
Hey, Ralphie, you putting up a new roof yourself?
Celotex introduces the first do-it-yourself roof shingles with a complete instruction book and a new design that's practically foolproof. What's more, a $9.95 test kit tells you in advance if you can do the job.
Ralph, you're... Oh, it's beautiful. Oh.
You got company, Ralph.
Roof it yourself shingles by Celotex. They'll save you up to $800.
Get out of here. It's not easy to make a breakfast as good as Denny's Grand Slam breakfast. The eggs have got to be cooked in butter in just the right size pans. The sausage links have got to be juicy and tender. The bacon crisp and sizzling. The buttermilk pancakes hot and fluffy, served with hot syrup and whipped butter. Sure, you could probably make it at home this good, but why bother? Especially since Denny's serves it for only $2.25. Denny's, you'll like our prices and you'll love our food.
And a very pleasant good evening from Three Rivers Stadium, along with Dave Martin and Nellie Bryles. I'm Lanny Fratteri, and it's nice to have you with us tonight. We have just a gorgeous night here at the stadium. Had a beautiful weekend weather-wise over the weekend with the Atlanta Braves in town, and really a dynamite ball game tonight with these Dodgers Pirates leading 1-0.
More or less what we thought. Sutton, Candelaria hooked up in an outstanding pitching duel. Candy asserting himself, I think, taking the leadership of this pitching staff, and I think he's capable of carrying them all away. I understand we got to root for them on the field, and joining manager Chuck Tanner, I thought we'd be able to add a chew here and get right back, and maybe we can pull them in all the way. You want some?
No, I had shrimp for lunch. I think I just shouldn't pass on that.
Howard Hake would love to have some of that. We can get it on right here, Lenny.
Did you guys plan this or what? Huh?
No, sir. Right here. We can just get it right in there. Come on.
I must tell you. Oh, thank you very much. I think our whole TV crew is aware of the fact that I've been a little under the weather today, and that just does wonders for my system right there. Thank you. Here's Candelaria in the 5th inning.
Nice and sweet.
Bill Russell facing Candelaria. Pirates 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error. Dodgers no runs, 3 hits, no errors. High chop, Foley barehands it and throws him out. Good play. Hey, what a play by Tim Foley and Willie Stargell.
What an outstanding play by Foley. Knows that the only chance he has against the speedy Bill Russell is to barehand this high chopper, barehands it, fires on the run, and Willie Stargell makes a fine play, digging it out of the dirt to retire Bill Russell.
Yes, yes, good play by the Pirates shortstop. We've seen some fine plays on both sides. 1 away. 1-0 Pirates lead. And Steve Yeager had an infield single in the 2nd. Top of the 5th. And a bouncer, Danny Ozark, former Philly manager, now coaching 3rd, handles it.
Returned home. Was formerly a Dodger coach.
Dave Martin and I were in the, there's Manny Mota. Dave Martin and I were in the housewares department of Horns today. And who should be walking through but Danny Ozark. He's looking for a Mother's Day present. Pitch inside. I brought that up because I don't want you to forget that Sunday is that special day. Nelson Briles?
Well, neither of us better forget it. We'll both be on the road in San Diego.
I know it. I only have one more day to shop. Here's the 2-1 pitch. 1 out, nobody on. Steve Yeager from Huntington, West Virginia. The Dodgers thought they had enough catching with Yeager and Ferguson. They released Johnny Oates, and Oates signed with the Yankees, and then lo and behold, the Dodgers running into early catching trouble. Yeager was hurt for a while, had a bad elbow. Joe Ferguson's had a back injury. 3-2 pitch. And a walk. First base on balls issued by Candelaria.
Pitcher, Don Sutton.
1 on, 1 out. Top of the 5th inning. Pirates leading 1-0, and Don Sutton the batter.
Sandy Bertha. And third base, Danny Ozark.
Madlock looking for the bunt at third. And the ball is bunted foul by Don Sutton. Pirates got the run in the first inning when Stargell singled home Omar Moreno. Only run of the ball game thus far. Strike 2. Yeager at first with 1 away. Now the 2-strike pitch bouncing to short. Foley, Garner 1 on a Stargell double play. Yeager really upended Garner at second base, but Phil was able to unload it. 6-4-3. Pirates turn their second double play of the ball game, and we are halfway through tonight's game. World champion Bucks leading the Dodgers 1-0. We'll be right back.
And now it's time for a tasty break with Tasty Cake.
Tasty cake is the day in spring, a brand new love or a golden ring. Tasty cake is the morning sun, it's all the good things wrapped up in one. Tasty cake is the deep blue sea, a song they're singing for you and me. Tasty cake is a world of fun, it's all the good things wrapped up in one.
Now, save 15 cents or more on family packs of Tasty Cake candy cakes, layer cakes, crimpets, and Tempties at your favorite store.
On Eastern Airlines, kids get to fly to Florida for free. And in Florida, we get to see flying fish. And pink flamingos. Visit Goofy at Walt Disney World.
And you can be as old as 17 and fly Eastern for free.
Every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, one kid per grown-up. And grown-ups, 35 to 45% off with Super Savers. Kids fly free on Eastern.
On our next show, Patrice will be visiting with MASH star Mike Farrell, and we're going to talk about how you can be your own psychotherapist.
This is it. You can hurt the Bucks home during this half of the 5th inning, and our contestant is Aurelia Glutkowski of Natrona, Pennsylvania. If a home run is hit during this 5th inning, then our contestant will receive $1,700 worth of Giant Eagle groceries, and in addition, certificates for 10 Tasty Cake family packs and daily juice products redeemable at your grocer. And against Don Sutton in the bottom of the 5th inning, it's Omar Moreno, Tim Foley, and Dave Parker. Top of the Pirate shopping list in the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 Bucks lead. Omar will step in 1 for 2. Singleton scored the Pirate run in the first inning.
Omar now checking out the first and third baseman position. Before he wouldn't do that, but now with bunting on his mind and he's looking for those holes, he makes sure that they're trying to take the bunt away from him before he steps in that box. He has an idea now when he gets into that batter's box of what he wants to do.
Omar leading off this jackpot inning against Don Sutton.
Don Sutton has an itch on his left leg.
Omar swings on the 1-0 pitch and pops it back of home plate. Steve Yeager makes the grab. Moreno is out 1 away in the 5th in our jackpot inning. Aurelia Glowatsky of Natrona, Pennsylvania. And Tim Foley will be stepping in. Tim is 2 for 2. Single to right in the 1st inning and single to left in the 3rd. One nothing Pirates lead. No balls, 2 strikes. Don Sutton. In 4 1/3 innings, Sutton has allowed 1 run, 6 hits, given up 2 walks, no strikeouts. One ball, 2 strikes. Foley batting .272 on the year. Just outside, 2-2. Nobody on, 1 away. Russell deep in the hole and in time. Good plays on each side. Russell deep on the left side, and then Garvey taking that throw out of the dirt on the right side.
Well, turnabout is fair play, and Russell goes way in a hole, makes a desperation throw. Garvey makes a nice play, taking the ball out of the turn, and Tim Foley is out, just as Bill Russell was in the previous inning.
That's right. It was Tim Foley and Willie Starger who combined to throw Russell out in the top of this inning. Bottom of the 5th, 1-0 Pirates lead. Dave Parker batting in our jackpot inning. $1,700 worth of Giant Eagle grocery certificates. And we're still looking for our first winner of the year. That jackpot keeps climbing and climbing. Parker 1 for 2. He's capable of cashing in the jackpot. Not here, however. Second baseman Lopes will throw Parker out. Pirates in the 5th go down in order. No home run during our Giant Eagle sweepstakes inning, but for our contestant, Aurelia Glowatsky, you'll receive certificates for 10 Tasty Cake family packs and Daly's juice products redeemable at your grocer. Our next Giant Eagle sweepstakes will be worth $1,800 after 5. Pirates lead 1-0.
Light beer?
Make mine natural light.
Hey, Cat Food Hunter, I thought you pitched that other light beer.
I drink natural light because the taste strikes home with me.
Yeah, there's nothing artificial in this light beer. It's made with only natural ingredients.
Great, but it's that taste that winds me up.
Hey! Bull's ear, catnip!
Natural light. Taste is why you'll switch.
Especially for you, Mom.
Especially from Kaufman's. Remember her favorite fragrance, her special flair, with famous name fragrances, including Lauren, Norel, Tatiana, Nina Ricci, Halston, Yves Saint Laurent, and many more. And especially for her, this beautiful mom plant at no extra charge with any fragrance purchase of $10 or more.
Especially for you, Mom.
Especially from Kaufman's.
Hey, youngsters, don't miss Kellogg's Corn Flakes Pirate Bat Day coming up Sunday, May 25th. All youngsters 14 and under who attend this game with the San Francisco Giants will receive a free autographed Pirate Bat courtesy of Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
What day's that? That's Bat Day, Sunday, May 25th. You call the Pirates at 323-1150 to charge your tickets by phone.
323-1150. And John Candelaria getting ready to face the Dodgers in the 6th. Pirates leading 1-0. And Davey Lopes, leadoff hitter of the Dodgers, will start things for Los Angeles in the 6th. Lopes is 0 for 2. 3 Dodger hits They've all been singles, and they've been collected by Rudy Law, Ron Cey, and Steve Yeager.
First batter for the Dodgers, second baseman Davey Lowe.
Base hit left field. Easler up with it, flips it back in. Lopes with that leadoff single. 1-0 Pirates lead. John Candelaria making his 6th start of the year. In Candy's last 3 starts, he's gone to the 9th inning. He's pitched 9 innings. You recall, however, in Candy's last start, that was an extra inning ball game, so he did not get credit for a complete game. Here's Rudy Law. Dodger center fielder 1 for 2. First look that we've had of this young Dodger center fielder. And bunts it foul, strike 1.
Reminds me a lot of in the batting box as far as his stance. A lot of Rod Carew. Rod Carew likes to pick up that front foot, has his arms way away from the body, spread out quite a bit at the plate. And the way that he just tried to bunt was very reminiscent of a Carew, who is one of the best bunters in all of baseball.
Dodgers with 6 rookies on their 1980 roster, and Rudy Law is one of the 6. Madlock up close at third. Lopes started to go, but he stopped. And it's strike 2 called on Rudy Law. Law is batting .302 on the year. The other day, Rudy Law was struck in the cheek, and he also was hit today on a batted ball that came off the home plate area. Top of the 6th, Pirates leading 1-0. And Candelaria with a nonchalant toss to first base. Davey Lopes has 4 stolen bases this year. Bats to Madlock, could be 2. Garner 1. Stargell not in time. Rudy Law really gets down that line. And the Pirates settle for the out on Davey Lopes at second base. Ball went third to second, 5-4. Well, it's that time of the ball game now to join in with our fans. A regular part of our broadcast, our trivia question. Oh, this one's easy. Who was the last Pirate to hit for the cycle? Who was it against and when? Last Pirate to hit for the cycle. That means record a single, double, triple, and home run in the same game. What team was it against and when was it?
And it doesn't have to be in that order. It can be jumbled up anyway, a home run or a single, just so that you end up with.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be in ascending or descending order. 1 on, 1 out. We'll have the answer for you in the bottom half of this inning. Law's at first base. He has 10 stolen bases on the year. 1 away. Reggie Smith, 0 for 2, has lined out and bounced into a double play. Swinging a foul back. Can I give a clue?
I'll bite.
This particular player is no longer a Pirate. I know who it is. I think I know the club, and it's just a matter of coming up with when it was.
Let's see. Bruce Kison hit a grand slam.
No.
Not Bruce Kison. Well, he's no longer with the Pirates.
And a balk is called by first base umpire Harry Wendelstadt. And Rudy Law is going to go down to second base. Second balk call we've had in the game. Don Sutton was called for the balk in the first inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
John came set in his stretch, and you can see his movement towards home plate. And he didn't call it for the movement toward home plate, given that false leg kick toward first base is what he basically called it on. When he came set and started that leg toward home, he gave a little motion with the end of his foot toward first base to try and freeze the runner. Got caught.
And the balk call puts Rudy Law at second base with 1 away. And represents the tying run in this ball game. Pirates leading 1-0.
Our outfielders can be cheating in on Reggie Smith because he has excellent power, so we have to play and respect his power. Long single. Rudy Law has a chance to score.
Outside, 2-2 on Reggie Smith. It's only the second time that the Dodgers have had a runner in scoring position in this ball game. They had Say at second base in the second inning and did not score. Now they've got Rudy Law at second base with one out. We're in the sixth. And Reggie Smith fouls it away. Pirate Parrott had a great chance to handle that souvenir. He fumbled it, then tried to make a diving recovery and fumbled it again.
The winter weight is not wearing too well on the Parrot.
Went to too many Parrot barbecues over the winter. That's how he put all that weight on. Here's the stretch by Candelaria, the 2-2 pitch. Watch out. Inside sits Reggie Smith down.
Just in case he was looking for a pitch low and away, it was just a little reminder only to think out there. Don't go out there. And I'll tell you, it was right up in the thinking zone. It says, get down, baby, get down, because here it comes.
Reggie Smith, come on down. That's 3-2 now, and Smith with first base open and one away. Garvey's on deck. And Smith is on. Second walk issued by Candelaria. Reggie Smith.
First baseman, Steve Garvey.
At first base. Rudy Laws at second, one away, top of the sixth. Pirates leading 1-0. It's been a 1-0 ball game since Willie Stargell's RBI single in the first inning. Here's Garvey. He's 0 for 2.
Garvey always been an excellent RBI man, likes to hit in situations like this when the game is basically on the line. Candy didn't want to walk Reggie Smith because he represents the go-ahead run.
And the first pitch to Garvey is a strike on the outside corner. Steve Fields is the home plate umpire. Garvey batting .230 on the year, but he does lead the National League in RBIs with 20. Off the tip of Garner's glove into center field. Rudy Law will score. Moreno's throw is coming to third base, and it's not in time to get Reggie Smith. The Dodgers have tied the game at 1-1. That's being scored, a single for Steve Garvey.
Garvey likes to hit that ball up the middle if he gets a chance, and hit it very hard on the ground up the middle. Garner gets over and thinks he has a play on it, and the ball just goes off the end of his glove into center field for the base hit. There's no chance we got to get in that space to Rudy Law. Moreno comes up, tries to throw to third base to get Reggie Smith, but there's no play, and Madlock cuts the ball off.
So the Dodgers have tied the game at 1-1 in the sixth inning with Smith at third and Garvey at first. Dusty Baker is 0 for 2. One out in the inning.
Hey, Garvey does it again.
Now Garvey with 21 RBIs, leading the National League in that run batted in column. Madlock. Garner at second, one on the Stargell double play. Bill Madlock coming up with a number of fine plays in this ball game, teaming with Garner and Stargell to close down the Dodgers in the sixth. Good stop by Madlock. So the Dodgers get a run on 2 hits, leave a man on. After 5.5, we're tied up at 1-1.
What makes Seiko the world's best-selling quality quartz watch? The ultra-thin elegance of Seiko's classic styling? Or is it the rich perfection of every detail? Or Seiko technology that created the first analog quartz alarm? What makes Seiko the best-selling quality quartz watch? Maybe it's simply the best. So give him Seiko, first in quality quartz, time after time after time.
Seiko watches available at Eggers Jewelers in Coriopolis.
Okay, let's juice it up, you guys. Put more fruit on line 3.
Daly's fresh
fresh fruit-flavored concentrate. 1 gallon makes 6 gallons of delicious juice drink. And Daly's makes 7 different flavors of concentrate. Orange, grape, lemon, cherry, lemon lime, fruit punch, and orange lemon. So you have a whole rainbow to choose from. Try them in the gallon or 22-ounce size.
There's a Daily treat for everyone.
Getting ready for the bottom of the 6th inning. Pirates and Dodgers are tied 1-1. Willie Stargell will lead off for the Pirates before the ball game. Talked to the captain of the Pirates, asked him how his bat is feeling at this point of the season.
Well, it's been feeling pretty good. I got hit and had a real freakish type of injury. I'm still using a sponge on the bat, and I'm just about 70%. So I feel good enough that I'm making some other adjustments at the plate right now, and then I'll go to whacking as soon as it gets above the 80%.
So Willie Stargell will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Stargell singled in the 1st inning to drive in Moreno with the Pirate run. Dodgers scored at the top of the 6th inning. We're tied up at 1-1. Strike on the outside corner from Don Sutton. Mike Easler to follow, and then Bill Madlock. Right center field. And caught on the run by Reggie Smith. Sinking fly ball, and we've seen some fine plays. Reggie Smith comes up with it in right center field to retire Stargell.
Ball gets in on Willie's bat just a little bit, and Willie doesn't get it all. Reggie Smith gets a fine jump, never quits, runs and runs, reaches out and grabs the ball just above the turf for a fine running play.
Well, we have really seen some fine plays in this ball game. Here's Mike Easler. Mike is 0 for 1. Game tied 1-1, bottom of the 6th inning. All right, Nellie, I want to get your answer to the trivia question. We want to know, what was the last Pirate to hit for the cycle, against whom, and what year? I got my answers written down here.
Okay. How about Rennie Stennett?
Yeah. That's wrong, but go ahead.
Well, good. Then I'll give you the other 2 wrong answers. When he got 7 hits in a doubleheader, he had to go for the cycle that time. And that had to be 2 years ago.
Center field. Law makes the catch right up against the doorway in center. Mike Easler gave it quite a ride. Wait a minute, let me give the answer now. Before we give it to the audience, we'll watch the replay here. Mike Easler. Easler hits it deep to center field. And Rudy Law, rookie center fielder, follows the Reggie Smith catch on Stargell's fly ball, and Rudy Law go right back to the fence. All right, I'm going to give my answer. Richie Zisk against the Giants in 1974.
You're going back too far. Oh, I guess that's what makes it trivia.
Madlock flies to center field, and Rudy Law makes the catch. So Don Sutton sets down the Pirates 1-2-3 again. And after 6 innings of play, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates 1 and the Los Angeles Dodgers 1.
Introducing a motor oil for the 80s. New SF quality Uniflow from Exxon. It works here, under the tremendous heat and pressure of today's engine. New Uniflow protects so well, it actually exceeds the newest and toughest standard of the American Petroleum Institute. And it was proven in tests to stretch an average of 15 extra miles from a tank of gas. Change to new Uniflow and join the drive for better mileage.
We've got rolling hills and rivers, and we've got more. We've got the good times that you're looking for in Pennsylvania.
For a free guide to a great Pennsylvania vacation, call this toll-free number, because this year...
You've got a friend in Pennsylvania. You've got a friend.
Tonight, see television's most comprehensive weather service on TV2. A new era in forecasting weather with AccuWeather and Color Radar.
Chopper 2 stays on top of the news in Pittsburgh.
The next 3 innings are sponsored in part by the Pennsylvania Lottery and in part by Wendy's Old-Fashioned Hamburgers, where the hamburgers are hot and juicy. Let's go back to that trivia question again. Last Pirate to hit for the cycle was Richie Zisk.
Really?
Did it against San Francisco in 1974.
No wonder I didn't know it. I wasn't here.
Where were you then?
I was over in that other
Yeah,
league
in the
where he
junior
is
circuit,
now.
huh?
Matter of fact, with the same team that he's with now, Texas.
Rod Say, first ball hitting and flies out to Parker, 1 away. We're in the 7th inning. Pirates leading, or rather Pirates and Dodgers tied 1-1. The Pirates took the lead in the first inning, 1-0. The Dodgers tied the game in the top of the 6th. Here's Billy Russell.
Indeed, a name out of the past. Richie Zisk used to patrol left field here. Taught me how to pine tar my bat as a pitcher. He said there was a definite technique on how you put the pine tar on the bat to make you a better hitter. And I pine tarred that bat, and it didn't make me a better hitter.
I was going to say, I think maybe you wasted a bit too much time on that. 2 balls, no strikes. Bet you did a lot of pine tarring over in the American League, didn't you?
I sure did. I just sat on the pine, no tar.
2-1 on Russell.
The pine referring to the bench.
Bench, yes. Dodgers shortstop hitting in the number 7 spot and grounds it to the Pirates shortstop. Coley to Stargell, 2 away in the 7th inning. By the way, the Cubs were losers this afternoon. Randy Jones pitched a 5-hit shutout over the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Padres won it 4-0. Randy Jones won his 2nd of the year. Willie Hernandez was the Cub loser, and Jerry Turner homered for San Diego in the 8th with nobody on. Here's Steve Yeager. Dodger catcher, been on base twice, has singled and walked. Tied at 1-1, 7th inning. Ball game that was held up quite a while because of rain this afternoon. The Astros beat Montreal 8-4. Joe Niekro won his 4th of the year. Ross Grimsley was the loser.
Niekro started right where he left off last year. Had a fine year last year, and is off to that same quick start that he had last season.
All the publicity in Houston about James Rodney Richard and Nolan Ryan, Ken Forsch and Joe Niekro have gotten off to good starts for the Astros. Fly ball to right. And Dave Parker takes charge. Yeager's out. Dodgers are retired 1-2-3 in the top of the 7th inning. So as the fans here at beautiful Three Rivers Stadium rise for the 7th inning stretch, world champion Bucks won and the Dodgers won.
Let me give it to you straight. When I play the daily number, I bet straight. It's easy. It's fun. You pick 3 digits. If they match the 3 digits drawn in the exact order, it pays 500 to 1. That's $500 for every dollar you bet. Straight. The daily number. Win big. Play it straight. Where you see this sign.
My! Wendy's puts a lot of meat in their hamburgers.
Wendy's Hot and Juicy Single has a 1/4 pound of meat.
Gee, Wendy's puts a lot of meat in their hamburgers.
Wendy's Hot and Juicy Double has a 1/2 pound of meat.
At Wendy's, we don't give you a lot of bread for your money. We give you a lot of meat for your money.
That's a lot of meat.
This Bud's for everyone who lives the life of the sea.
This Bud's for you, for all you do. The king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do, this Bud's for you.
Back at Three Rivers Stadium, ball game moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. Pirates and Dodgers again tomorrow here at the stadium, and then after a California trip, we'll come back, and on our next homestand, we'll entertain the San Diego Padres and the San Francisco Giants. That's between May the 20th and May the 25th. Ed Ott will lead off the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Ott, Garner, and Candelaria due up. Pirate bullpen is working as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Ed Ott, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Don Sutton gone all the way for the Dodgers. John Candelaria has gone the distance for the Pirates.
Uh-oh, Ed's seeing things.
Yeah, something in front of home plate that is bothering Ed Ott.
Little Miss Muffet said to the spider.
Hot back of home plate. And it's in the crowd, out of play. 1-1. Now with a new screen here at Three Rivers Stadium. In years gone by, if you sat behind the screen, you couldn't get a souvenir. Well, that's not the case anymore. You've got that new perpendicular screen, goes right straight down to the ground, and does not come back to the press box as it had in the past. So fans behind the plate shot at those foul balls, souvenir baseballs. Ground ball to Lopes. And Ott is out, 1 away. National League tonight, the Reds are leading the Mets 3-0 in the 3rd. Ray Knight hit a 3-run homer for the Reds. 3rd of the year. Here's Phil Garner. Pirates second baseman is 0 for 1. Ball game tied at 1-1. Don Sutton against John Candelaria, pretty much what we expected. 2 outstanding pitchers in the National League. The Dodgers have been hurt by injuries. They have 3 pitchers right now on the disabled list: Terry Forster, Doug Rao, and Don Stanhouse. And of course now with the departure of Bert Blyleven and the disabling of Jim Rooker, very much the burden falling on the shoulders of the likes of John Candelaria, who's pitching tonight, and Jim Bibby. Garner pops it into shallow center. Shortstop Russell has it, 2 away. Garner retired, nobody on in the 7th inning. Game tied 1-1, and so Chuck Tanner is going to stay with John Candelaria.
Both bullpens were working. In the event that Garner got on, I believe that Tanner would have pinch hit for Candelaria. Kent Tekulve warming up. Now the Dodger bullpen is getting hot as Don Sutton is the first hitter of the next inning.
Ball game tied 1-1.
Interesting note on that last play, Lanny, is both the second baseman and shortstop went after that short fly ball into center field. Second base was left uncovered, and that's the responsibility of the third baseman to run and cover that open bag. The pitcher then goes and covers third base. If no one covers, the pitcher has to be there.
Bouncer to save. On to Garvey. Candelaria is out, and the Pirates are retired 1-2-3. Don Sutton has retired 10 straight Pirate batters. We're through 7, and the Bucks and the Dodgers are tied 1-1.
If you've been car shopping lately, you know how easy it is to spend a small fortune for a new car. Before you give up or give in, see your Toyota dealer. He has 12 different Toyotas with a manufacturer's suggested list price of under $5,000. Here's the new front-wheel drive Corolla Tercel, the lowest priced Toyota of all. It's priced under $4,000. Now there's a new car price you can live with. The idea is not to throw your money away. So, shouldn't you drive a Toyota?
Whether you're going clear across the country or across Pennsylvania, the time to go is every weekday after 5. Because every weekday at 5 o'clock, long-distance direct dial telephone rates go down. Call tonight.
And now a word on Pirate Bat Day.
kids, Bat Day is coming. Last year's Never Say Die Pirates turned their bats on to defeat the Orioles and bring a world championship back to Pittsburgh. This year, thanks to Kellogg's Corn Flakes, all kids 14 and under who attend the Pirates game with the Giants on Sunday, May 25th, will receive a bat autographed by one of the champion Pirates. That's Kellogg's Corn Flakes Bat Day, Sunday, May 25th at Three Rivers.
All right, that's coming up on our next homestand. By the way, I talked to Willie before the ball game, and he was telling me that his sister, Sandris, is in McGee Women's Hospital tonight. And Willie Stargell, the Pirates and the Dodgers just want Sandris to know that they're thinking of her and hope she's resting comfortably. 1-1 ball game. We'll go to the 8th inning. And we're going to get a pinch hitter for Don Sutton. It'll be Mickey Hatcher.
You know, it's not only for Willie's sister, but everyone that happens to be in a hospital or laid up somewhere tonight. All of our wishes go with them and hope that they truly are enjoying the ball game.
Good thought, Nellie. Thank you for that. And Vince Leschide with the theme of television show Mickey Mouse for Mickey Hatcher.
M.I.C.
See you real soon. Remember that, huh? Hatcher. And a base hit. Didn't swing that bat like Mickey Mouse, did he? Mickey Hatcher, fine young prospect. And he came into the ball game hitting .444. He's now 5 for 10.
Well, it didn't take him long to swing at the first pitch that he saw that looked decent and was able to turn on that ball and hit the ball right up the middle. Goes around first. Doesn't look like he has mouse ears or rabbit ears. He's on there just happy as can be. One flap on the side. All he's got.
Harry Wendelstad is the first base umpire. Here's Davy Lopes, Dodgers second baseman, 1 for 3. Ball game tied 1-1. We're in the 8th inning.
Ball game all we thought it would be. Candelaria, Sutton locking horns.
Lopes shows bunt. Now Hatcher had come on as a pinch hitter for Don Sutton, so we're going to get a new Dodger pitcher in the bottom of this 8th inning after Sutton worked the first 7 and gave up 1 run on 6 hits. Right-hander is Rick Sutcliffe, and the left-hander is rookie Steve Howe. Game tied at 1-1, 8th inning. Stargell plays the low bunt, throws to Garner. On the sacrifice goes 3-4. And Mickey Hatcher moves down into scoring position. Batter is center fielder Rudy Law. Law is 1 for 3 in the ball game and batting .299 on the year. Candelaria's pitch to the left-hander is in for a strike. And it's up high, 1-1. Batting Rudy Law in the number 2 spot. And batting here in the 8th inning with Hatcher at second base and 1 out. Ott wants the home plate umpire to appeal to third base umpire Dutch Rennert. They do so, and Rennert backs up Steve Fields. Two balls and 2 strikes on Rudy Law. Here in the 8th inning, Hatcher with a pinch hit single went to second on the Lopes sacrifice bunt. Ground ball to Foley. On to Stargell. Law is out. 2 away, and Hatcher moves over to third.
Good pitch by Candelaria. Got it right in on Law's hands.
That was not the long arm or the long hand of the law, if you know what I mean by that. But saw that ball off, and Foley was very fortunate he stayed with that ball because it had a lot of reverse English on that ball, and if he doesn't stay with it, that's an easy ball to misplay.
Foley throws Law out, and Reggie Smith, the batter, with the runner at third and 2 outs in a 1-1 ball game. Hatcher had thought of breaking for the plate, but then realized that the ball was right there to the right of Ed Ott. So Mickey Hatcher represents a go-ahead run in a 1-1 ball game, and what a whale of a ball game we've got going here at Three Rivers. One and one.
Doesn't make any difference whether Candy pitches to this guy or the next guy. He has to pick his poison because behind Reggie Smith is Steve Garvey and Dusty Baker, so he might as well go ahead and try and get Reggie Smith in this situation and not pitch around him at all.
Popped up. Ott coming back to the screen, but it's back into the seats, out of play. One ball and 2 strikes on Reggie Smith with Mickey Hatcher at third and 2 away. Ball game in the 8th inning. Two balls, 2 strikes. Struck him out. Candelaria comes up with a big punch out with a runner on the front door. Strikes out the ever-dangerous Reggie Smith. So the Dodgers fail to score in the 8th inning. 1 hit, 1 left on after 7.5. Pirates 1, Dodgers 1.
Double your buying power with Giant Eagle's buy one, get one free coupons. This week at Giant Eagle, buy one 10-count pack of Food Club Texas-style buttermilk biscuits and get a second one free with our buy one, get one free newspaper coupons. The same goes for Marchand beef or vegetable beef instant lunches. Buy one 2.5-ounce package, get a second one free. Look for all 6 of our buy one, get one free newspaper coupons and save. This week at Giant Eagle.
Giant Eagle, bringing all the best news. Every which way.
Watch out, he's coming at you. Every which way, again. Clint Eastwood in Every Which Way But Loose. You've seen it before, now you can see it again. Clint Eastwood will turn you every which way but loose. Rated PG, parental guidance suggested.
Baby, there's no...
Starts Friday at a theater or drive-in near you.
And for this half of the 8th inning, another Giant Eagle home run sweepstakes inning. Frank Bulow of Monroeville is our contestant, and for Frank, $1,800 worth of Giant Eagle groceries and certificates for 10 Tasty Cake family packs and Daly's juice products redeemable at your grocer, all on the line here in the bottom of the 8th against the new Dodger left-hander Steve Howe. The numbers on Howe, he's making his 10th appearance of the year, all in relief. 1 win, no losses, 3 saves, and an ERA of 3.75.
This is one of the reasons why the Dodgers have gotten off to that good start. According to manager Tom Lasorda, this young kid, young rookie, has been able to come in, throw strikes out of the bullpen, and do some kind of job for him. And as is the key with the Pirates, outstanding bullpen, so it's at the same key with the Dodgers this year. They need that strong relief help out of the bullpen if they're indeed going to challenge for another championship.
Omar Moreno will be leading off the bottom of the 8th, game tied at 1-1. Omar will step in 1 for 3 in our jackpot inning, batting for Frank Bulow. Strike 1. Don Sutton worked 7 innings, gave up 1 run, 6 hits, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Pirates got their run in the 1st inning. Dodgers tied the game in the 6th. Talked with Terry Forster before the game. Forster said that if the Dodgers keep playing well and Steve Howe continues to do the job, then Forster will probably wait another month before being activated. Down low, 2-1. But if things start falling apart for Los Angeles, Forster might try to get back in a couple of weeks. Howe off the hill and flips to Garvey. Moreno's out, 1 away. Pitcher to first baseman.
Young fellow got off the mound very well that time. A nice high chopper, and he knows that Omar can fly down that line. Bounced off the mound very well and made a nice, fine running catch, and then fed Steve Garvey with a ball. A nice play, good pitching and fielding fundamentals by the young left-hander.
Tim Foley, 2 for 3, a pair of singles, and Tim was also robbed of a base hit in the 5th inning, and a good play by Dodger shortstop Bill Russell. 1-1 game, last half of the 8th inning. And it's inside, ball 1.
I'm sure our situation, Lanny, is much the same as the Dodgers. As long as our pitching staff is doing well, we're not going to try and rush a Rick Rhoden, for instance, at our Portland ball club, to get him back here quickly. But if things do fall apart, we might try and bring him back a little quicker than we would anticipate.
Pirates did go to the Portland ball club for Pascal Perez, and Perez will pitch tomorrow night in a starting assignment against the Dodgers. 3-0 to Foley. Tim batting with nobody on and 1 away. Foley's batting average .268. Facing the young left-hander of the Dodgers, Steve Howe. Strike, 3-1.
Howe has been taught well coming in out of the bullpen. Your first objective when you come in out of the bullpen is to get the first hitter out. That's your main objective in the inning. That way a double play always takes you out of the inning.
Strike 2.
Tim doing a little play acting at the plate, trying to get that 4th ball called, but those balls are over the plate.
Left center field. Law won't get to it. It drops in the gap. Foley heading for second. Here's Baker's throw, and it is not in time. A 1-out double to left center field for Tim Foley. Representing a go-ahead run in this 1-1 ball game. Foley is in scoring position for the big guns.
And Tim's hot with that short bat of his. Gets a ball that he can drive. 3-2. There's a count on him, and drive it he does. Law seems to come out of nowhere, but can't get the glove on the ball. Dusty Baker backing up the play. Makes a strong throw into second base, but Foley pulls in with a stand-up double. His 3rd hit of the ball game.
And now Chuck Tanner's going to go to his bench for a pinch runner, Matt Alexander. Alexander is playing in his 4th game. 4th time he's been used as a pinch runner. 2 of the previous 3 appearances, Alexander scored winning runs. Last time out, Matt scored a tying run. Parker, the batter, Dave, 1 for 3 in our jackpot inning. Parker batting for Frank Bulow. $1,800 on the line, and Parker fouling the first pitch off for a strike. Matt Alexander at second base is the pinch runner for Tim Foley. Foley with 3 hits tonight. Strike 2. Alexander at second base with 1 away. One ball and 2 strikes on Parker. Stargell's on deck. Dave Parker, 18 stolen bases, or 18 RBIs rather. Alexander at second base, 1 away. Bouncer to Lopes. 2 away. Parker out second to first, and Alexander moves over to third. So the Bucks will be looking for a bit of 2-out lightning, and the crowd rising to the occasion. as Pirate first baseman Willie Stargell steps into the batter's box. Stargell with an RBI single in the first inning to put the Pirates in front at that time 1-0. The Dodgers tied the game in the 6th inning when Garvey singled home Rudy Law. Now it is Steve Howe, rookie left-hander of the Dodgers, against Willie Stargell. Runner at third, 2 outs. Strike one. And Steve Yeager quickly goes out to the mound.
That wasn't where Steve Yeager wanted that young pitcher to throw the ball. Down and in to Willie. That is definitely Willie's target zone. That's where he drives the ball so well, and he's going out there and telling the young kid, hey, you better have an idea with this veteran ball player. He's going to hurt you. You throw the ball where I tell you, and we'll be all right. And if you don't throw it and we aren't all right, don't talk to me.
All right, Yeager has had his say. Moves back in behind the dish. The rookie against the veteran. Alexander at third, 2 outs. Fouled away, 0-2.
That's where Steve Yeager wanted the ball. He wanted it up in the strike zone a little more, right on Willie's hands with good velocity. That was a much better pitch. Willie has trouble getting the bat through on that pitch that's right on his hands. You get it below the waist, though, and he can drive it a long way.
All right, let's take a look now in at the Dodger catcher, Steve Yeager. Howe's in front of Stargell, no balls and 2 strikes. Struck him out. Came with hard stuff to get Stargell. No home run during our jackpot inning, but for our contestant Frank Bulow, certificates for 10 Tasty Cake family packs and daily juice products redeemable at your grocer. And our next Giant Eagle sweepstakes inning will be worth $1,900. Ball game goes to the 9th inning. After 8, Pirates 1, Dodgers 1.
She's paying her bills with Mellon Bank's payment phone.
Hello, Mellon Bank. This is Terry Studer.
All it takes is a phone call. We do the paperwork. You get Mellon Bank's free personal checking, too, and the payment phone really pays.
Because my money can earn interest compounded daily until the day I use it. Now, that's what I consider blue chip.
The payment phone from the Mellon Payment Center. This is Mellon Banking.
McDonald's presents a whole new way to love chicken.
McChicken! Oh, a hot chicken sandwich. Great idea.
Nobody makes chicken like McDonald's. Plump, tender chicken cooked a special way, so it's crunchy golden brown on the outside and juicy on the inside.
It's very good. It's very new.
With lettuce, a tasty sauce, and served hot on a toasted sesame seed bun.
Nobody can do it.
McDonald's, you've done it again.
Like McDonald's can.
Sure, there's a money crunch, but nobody told the termites. They're having another big year damaging millions of homes. So if you put off termite protection to save a little now, it could really cost you later. Don't risk it. Call Orkin.
Orkin, we're #1. We get the job done. We're Orkin.
Orkin's free inspection won't cost you anything. It may save you thousands.
Big #1.
Ball game moves to the 9th inning, tied 1-1. 3 changes for the Pirates. Dale Berra is the new Bucco shortstop. Bill Robinson replaces Mike Easler in left field. And now on the mound for the Pirates is right-hander Kent Tekulve. We'll double-check and find out how they're going to hit. Changes Berra at short, Robinson in left, Tekulve on the mound, and Kent is making his 10th relief appearance of the year as you look at his numbers and the impressive 1.63 earned run average. We've just gotten word that Bill Robinson will bat 5th in the Pirate lineup. Tekulve will bat 2nd, and Dale Berra will bat 9th. And Steve Garvey leads off the 9th inning for Los Angeles. Tied at 1-1. Garvey drove in the Dodger run in the 6th inning, so the 2 runs in this ball game, 1 on each side, they've been driven in by the first baseman. Stargell for the Pirates and Garvey for the Dodgers. Tekulve's pitch outside. Ball 1.
What fine defensive play we've had all throughout the game. Just been a well-played ball game through and through.
We'll take a look at that baseball. Kent Tekulve making his 10th appearance of the year, so he's been in 10 of our first 21 games.
Got a tough act to follow tonight. Candy was just outstanding tonight, taking over the leadership on that staff, was able to go through, had 8 innings pitched, just gave up 6 hits, struck out 2, walked 2, gave up only the 1 run. Leaves with a no decision, but what a performance by John Candelaria.
Pitches inside to Garvey, and it's 2-0. Garvey, Baker, and Say batting here in the 9th inning. There's a strike, 2-1. Just want to go back. Candelaria's last 4 starts, 35 innings. Candy has pitched in his last 4 starts, and he's given up only 5 earned runs. Fouled off. So just quickly, that's just over 1 earned run a ball game for 9 innings of work.
If you were able to throw out that 1 ball game where he had early trouble, he would just be outstanding.
Yeah, the 1 game against the Cardinals here at Three Rivers on the 17th of April. There's a comebacker to the mound. The rubber band man fires on to Stargell, and Garvey is out 1 away. Kent Tekulve is the subject of 2 major stories. Recently, Kent was the cover story on the Sporting News and a feature story in Sports Illustrated. Pirate right-hander Kent Tekulve facing Dusty Baker. We're in the top of the 9th inning, game tied at 1-1. Pitches inside. The paid attendance tonight, 9,817. Total in the house, 13,500. And with a paid crowd of 9,817, the Pirates have reached the 200,000 mark in attendance this year. Fouled back, 1-1. The earliest previous time that the Pirates had reached 200,000 was the 14th opening back in 1973. This ball game tonight against the Dodgers is only the 12th Pirate home game of the year. One pitch. Check swing by Dusty Baker.
You know, as you mentioned, with Kent being on the cover of the Sporting News, the players always feel that that's a real jinx. Anytime that you get your picture put on the front of Sporting News, then bad things happen for a period of time. And I'm sure that that's been brought up to Kent, but he doesn't pay much attention to those things. He's not a very superstitious guy.
I disagree with you. 2-2. I don't think he's paid much attention to Sports Illustrated superstition, but I think he's a very superstitious person.
Why?
There's a fly ball to left, and Bill Robinson had a little trouble with it. Going to drop in for a base hit. Dusty Baker gets credit for a base hit. Robinson hesitated a little bit on that play.
Well, I don't know if he lost it in the lights temporarily or what happened, but it looked like it was going to be a hard line drive. He started to break in on the ball, then held up, and then couldn't quite recover to make the play, so the ball drops in front for a base hit.
All right, Baker's on 1 away. Willie Stargell holding him on, and Ron Cey the batter. Ball game tied at 1-1 in the 9th inning. Pirates have turned 3 double plays in this game. 1 in the 3rd, another in the 5th, and the 3rd one in the 6th inning. And with Tekulve on the mound, always that possibility of the double play ball. Outside ball 1. Just to follow up on that superstition point, Nellie. You remember we talked about the great strawberry caper in the World Series of last year. Tekulve went to this restaurant in Baltimore, got strawberry shortcake, and pitched well in game 2, then did not pitch well in games 3 and 4. Sure enough, as soon as he got back to Baltimore, he went to that restaurant again, had the shortcake, and pitched well again. Madlock, Garner 1, Stargell, double play. Yes, ask and ye shall receive. Madlock, Garner, and Stargell combine as Tekulve gets Cey and deuces him into tapping that double play ball. Madlock to Garner at second base for the force out on Baker. And then Garner to Stargell to complete the double play. So the Pirates with 4 double plays through the first 9 innings. We go to the bottom of the 9th, and it's still tied. Pirates 1, Dodgers 1.
To every man who works with fire and steel, this Bud's for you.
This Bud's for you, for being on the job and working hard all day. So here's to you. You know it isn't only what you say, it's what you do. This Bud's for you. This Bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
Hey, this Bud's for you.
Bill Robinson, who entered the game in the top of this 9th inning to play left field, will be leading off the bottom of the 9th. So Chuck Tanner's got this big right-handed bat ready for Steve Howe. Then it would be Bill Madlock and Ed Ott. Just want to follow up on that DeColvey story one more time by saying that, you know, Nellie, when Kent went back to Baltimore and went to this special restaurant in Baltimore and again had the strawberry shortcake, pitched well in Game 6. That was the game that he combined with Candelaria to get the shutout. And then went back again the next day, the afternoon of Game 7, and had the strawberry shortcake again. And, of course, was the final pitcher on the mound when Pat Kelly hit the fly ball to Moreno in left center to give the Pirates the World Championship.
I think I'd have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Under those circumstances, that type of pressure and the stakes that are on the line, or strawberries that are on the line, either way.
Steve Howe facing Bill Robinson in the bottom of the 9th in a 1-1 ball game. Bill Robinson batting .295 on the year. Pretty good pitch. 0-2.
Good movement on the fastball. It was down and away from Robinson. Ball tailed very well.
And foul back. Steve Howe came on in the 8th inning. Retired 3 of the 4 batters that he faced and got Stargell on strikes in a big situation. And Robinson fouls it back.
You know, Howe wasn't very pleased with where he put that pitch. He got away with a mistake there. Way ahead of the hitter, 0-2, and threw one right up in his eyes where the hitter has a chance to drive the ball. Just happened to have enough on it where the ball was just fouled back, but he has to have a little more concentration when he's ahead of the hitter.
2-strike pitch. And Robinson gets a piece of it, fouls it off. Bottom of the 9th inning, game tied 1-1. It was initially a battle between Don Sutton and John Candelaria. Now it's a battle between Kent DeColvey and Steve Howe. And Bill Robinson continues to spoil the pitches of Steve Howe, fouling it back on the screen. Fouls it off again.
Now shall not pass.
Third baseman Say guarding the line here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And first baseman Garvey doing likewise on the right side. Back through the box off the glove of Howe into center field. Bill Robinson is on a leadoff base hit here in the 9th inning. Gives the Pirates 8 hits in the game.
This is what happens when you never give up, even though you're way behind in the count. Robinson stays with it, gets the ball, and hits it right past Howe, who's very upset.
that he didn't make that play. Saw it off the bat, but the ball was hit right up the middle. What a job Bill Robinson's done in the pinch hitting role so far this year.
Bill Robinson sees himself as a winning run for the Pirates. Bill Madlock, the batter. Bill Madlock has played an outstanding game defensively. But Bill is hitless in 3 trips here tonight. Robinson's running. Base hit center field. Robinson going for third. He'll make that easily. Rudy Law is throwing to second base. The Pirates have Gould at the corners and nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Game tied at 1-1, but the Pirates have set up shop.
Well, it didn't take Madlock very long. Get a good ball, hit it right up the middle on a hit and run. Robinson going all the way. Law had no choice but to get the ball back in, and it's a good thing he is the cutoff man, because if he doesn't, Robinson might have scored if they bobbled the play. Had good momentum going into third base. Strong hitting by Madlock.
Now Ed Ott is due up, but Chuck Tanner came up, and Ed Ott has gone back in, and Lee Lacy, former Dodger, is going to come out as the pinch hitter for Ed Ott. Now the Dodgers have a right-hander ready in their bullpen. Joe Beckwith is warming up for the Dodgers. They had Rick Sutcliffe earlier. Lee Lacy will be the pinch hitter here in the bottom of the 9th inning with nobody out. Pirates and Dodgers are tied 1-1, but the Pirates have runners at first and third, and they're going to put Lacy on. Tommy Lasorda, Dodger manager, has ordered the intentional walk to Lacy to load the bases. And Phil Garner is on deck. Here in the 9th inning, Bill Robinson, after fouling off numerous pitches, jumped on an 0-2 pitch and singled back through the box. Then with Robinson running, Madlock singled to center, moving Robinson to third. And now the intentional walk to Lacy will move Madlock down to second base with Robinson at third. Tommy Lasorda started out, but then stopped and is making his way back to the dugout. It could be he's trying to buy time for Beckwith. And here he comes again. Tommy Lasorda, manager of the Dodgers. Last couple of years have been tough years for Tommy and the Dodger family, but there's no question about his loyalty to the Dodger organization.
Right, he's wearing the color of his blood. His blood is Dodger blue.
There's Joe Beckwith. And Tommy Lasorda wants the right-hander Beckwith to come on with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the 9th inning. So they loaded the bases, and now they need one of those home plate to first base double plays.
Well, foremost in your mind is what you want is, number one, you want the strikeout. Now, if you can possibly get it, and then a double play, or you'll take the double play and some outs. But his job right now coming in, there's no room, Pirates on every base. His job coming into the game is to go one-on-one with Phil Garner and go for the strikeout.
All right, let's think about Chuck Tanner now. You've got one left-handed bat in your bench, and it's John Milner. You've got Garner due up now with Berra on deck and then Moreno. Would you go with Garner here and maybe use Milner for Berra if it goes that far?
Well, he possibly can. Garner is a good contact hitter. You want a hitter up there that's not going to strike out very much. Beckwith is an overpowering type of young pitcher. So Phil has been excellent in this position. He's always been able to put the bat on the ball, and he's been an excellent clutch hitter in the past. So Phil is the right man in this situation. I would stay with him.
and see what would happen. If they go with one out, then you might have to go with the Milner hitting for Berra.
Joe Beckwith coming on to make his 5th appearance of the year. He has 2 wins, no losses, no saves. All 5 of the appearances for Beckwith have been out of the Dodger bullpen. Joe Beckwith made 17 appearances for the Dodgers last year, was 1-2. He pitched 27 games for the Dodgers AAA ball club at Albuquerque. This young man is from Auburn, Alabama. Right now, the game is in the hands of opposing number 27s. Beckwith of the Dodgers and Tekulve of the Pirates. As you look into the Pirate dugout, and Dale Berra getting some pointers, some tips from Willie Stargell. You see Garner coming out. You also looked at Milner there. Milner with a bat in his hand and a batting helmet on.
Stargell talking to Berra about game situations, what to anticipate, what to do up at the plate. What valuable experience Berra's gaining by having access to a hitter like Stargell.
All right, so the bases are loaded in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Pirates and the Dodgers are tied 1-1, and Garner steps in 0 for 2. Bases are loaded with Pirate gold. Garner batting .333 on the year. He has 11 runs batted in. Dodger outfield has to come in within striking distance. Anything hit deep is going to be the difference in this game. There's strike 1. Tapped down the third base line.
They sure didn't take Steve Yeager long to run out and tell Beckwith, hey, come on, you have to have a better idea here. We're going for a strikeout to that double play, so you got to have an idea now. See Lacey at first. He just intentionally walked. Bill Robinson at third. Bill Madlock at second base. That's the young right-hander Beckwith on the mound.
There's the important runner for the Pirates, Bill Robinson. With the bases loaded, infield is in. Up high, 1-1.
Hey, Lasorda's not afraid to put these young rookies in these pressure cooker situations. Run them out there.
I should say not. Steve Howe was his reliever for Don Sutton. Now it's rookie Joe Beckwith. Bouncer.
Yeah.
Base hit. Pirates beat the Dodgers. Bill Robinson scores from third on the high bouncing ball off the bat of Phil Garner. And the Pirates defeat the Los Angeles Dodgers. There was no doubt about it. Phil Garner hit the high bouncing ball up over the head of shortstop Bill Russell. With the infield drawn in, up over Russell's glove into left center field, and Robinson scores easily. The Pirates getting the winning run in the bottom of the 9th inning. The final score from Three Rivers Stadium, the Pirates 2 and the Dodgers 1.
In the Super Bowl, we were the favorites. In the sky, these are the favorites. The wide body 747. And the wide body L1011. The only wide body TWA flies.
So every TWA wide body to California
And to Europe.
is on an L1011
Or 747. Because they're your favorite wide bodies. And those guys are my favorite wide bodies.
You're gonna like us, TWA. You're gonna like us.
At Gulf, we test products a lot of different ways. In 1968, we put regular Gulf products into a racing car and won 2 world championships. That experience has helped us produce products that are tough, reliable, even products that can save you gas. So when you want to go a long way, come to Gulf for products that have been there.
Golf, golf, golf. Drive with experience.
The Pittsburgh Pirates beat the Dodgers tonight 2-1, and the winning pitcher was Kent Tekulve. And now let's get a word on Cap Day from Kent Tekulve.
Hi, everybody. This is Kent Tekulve for Coca-Cola Cap Day. Thanks in part to the 1979 World Series, wherever the Pirates go, people know us by the caps we wear. Now, all our fans can be known by our cap, too. Everyone who attends our Sunday, June 1st game with the Mets will receive a free black cap like the ones we'll be wearing. That's Cap Day, June 1st, when everybody gets a cap and a smile from Coke and the Pirates.
Pittsburgh Pirates. Buccos get a run in the bottom of the ninth inning to defeat the Los Angeles Dodgers in the first meeting of the year between these two ball clubs. The Pirates scored in the first and last frames of the ball game. In the first inning, Willie Stargell singled home Omar Moreno, made it 1-0 against Don Sutton. And then the Los Angeles Dodgers got a base hit from Steve Garvey that drove in Rudy Law in the sixth inning and tied the game against Pirate left-hander John Candelaria. Then as we moved along in the ball game, it was passed into the hands of the relief pitchers. Steve Howe, the young left-hander, came on for the Dodgers. Kent Tekulve came on for the Pirates. And then with Joe Beckwith coming on for the Dodgers in the bottom of the ninth inning, bases loaded and nobody out. It was Beckwith against Garner, and Phil Garner had the high bouncing ball that just got over the glove of Bill Russell. And that bouncing ball, as it got past the Dodgers shortstop, once it got past Russell, there was no question that Bill Robinson was going to score easily. Pitch was down low from Beckwith, but Garner able to drive it into the surface and then bounce it over Russell's head. Bill Robinson carrying the mail home with the 2-1 victory. The totals in the ball game: the Pirates 2 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. The Dodgers 1 run, 7 hits and no errors. Kent Tekulve in relief of John Candelaria was the winning pitcher. So for Kent Tekulve, he is now 3-0. Tekulve's been in 10 games this year, and he's recorded 3 victories and 3 saves. Another fine performance for John Candelaria. John worked 8 innings, gave up only 1 run. As we mentioned in Candy's last 4 starts, he's worked a total of 35 innings and given up only 5 earned runs. But for Candy tonight, a no decision. But kept us in the ball game. Outstanding defensive plays as well were very integral parts of this ball game. Big plays on both sides. And on the losing side, by the way, for the Los Angeles Dodgers, Steve Howe, the rookie left-hander, was the loser. His record is now 1-1. 2-10-1 for the Pirates, 1-7-0 for the Dodgers. The paid attendance tonight, 9,817. The total in the house, and they saw a whale of a ball game, as you did tonight on our Pirate Television Network, 13,534. So the Pirates, 14 wins and 7 losses so far in this baseball season. It gives the Pirates a 2.5 game lead over the Chicago Cubs in the National League Eastern Division, because the Cubs were beaten by the San Diego Padres this afternoon 4-0, as Randy Jones pitched a 5-hit shutout for the San Diego Padres. Willie Hernandez was the Cubs starter and loser. Jerry Turner homered for San Diego. So the Pirates got help there. And Houston beat Montreal this afternoon 8-4. The Astros winning pitcher was Joe Niekro, and the loser was Ross Grimsley. Tonight, the Reds are leading the Mets 7-0 in the third. The Phillies are in front of Atlanta 5-4, and the Cardinals are in front of San Francisco 3-1. That's just a quick look at the Major League scoreboard tonight. But as I said, with the Cubs losing and with the Pirates winning, the difference now is 2.5 games. Pirates with a 2.5 game lead over Chicago in the National League Eastern Division. 2-1, the final score in the ball game. I mentioned a couple of the key plays in this ball game, and there were quite a few to mention. Bill Madlock turned in 2 pretty fine plays. One on Ron Cey in the 4th inning. The other was in the 9th inning when Ron Cey bounced into an inning-ending double play. That with Tekulve on the mound, as Madlock went far to his left to handle that ground ball. Tim Foley, a couple of key plays for the Pirates, one especially on Bill Russell in the 5th inning, as Foley went far to his right deep in the hole, and the strong throw. Then Willie Stargell made the play on the opposite side to dig the ball out and retire Bill Russell in that situation. The Dodgers defense also was up to the task. We saw a great play by Reggie Smith in the 6th inning to retire Stargell on a ball that was dropping quickly in right center field. Also, Reggie Smith cut down Tim Foley at the plate. Pirates tried to add to their lead in the 1st inning. After Moreno had scored the first run, Foley tried to score from third on the Madlock fly ball into shallow right center, but a good strong throw from Reggie Smith to Steve Yeager. Yeager blocking the plate and retiring Foley. So at that point, it stayed a 1-0 ball game. Might have been 2-0, but it was 1-0 at that point. Pirates leading. The Dodgers, as I say, tied the game up in the 6th inning, and then the Bucks win it. And the excitement of the 9th inning, Bill Robinson started it. Bill had fouled off numerous pitches, and Bill Robinson then found an 0-2 pitch that he liked and laced it back just off the just by the glove of Steve Howe into center field. Then with Bill Robinson running, Bill Madlock singled to center, moving Robinson to third. That's when Tommy Lasorda, the manager of the Dodgers, offered the intentional walk to Lee Lacy, the pinch hitter, loading the bases. And that's when Lasorda brought the right-hander Joe Beckwith in. And Beckwith gave up the base hit to Phil Garner. So that's some of the excitement of the ball game tonight. Bill Robinson scored the winning run. Let's check in now with Nellie Briles, who has Bill Robinson down on the field.
Well, thank you, Lanny, and indeed one of the stars of the game, even though he was just briefly in a ball game, was Bill Robinson. And Bill, I have to say that that's one of the classic confrontations tonight when you were battling the young left-hander out there, got ahead of you very quickly 0-2, and you just wouldn't let that third strike go by, battled him, finally got that big base hit.
Thank you very much, Nellie, and I just thank and praise the good Lord. I was hacking on him. I missed a couple that I think I should have hit out, but you know, when you're not loose or when you go in and only play one inning and you come up and hit, you just try to scuffle. And I was in my scuffling stance and hit the ball right in front of the dirt, and he put his glove up and the ball shot through, and it was beautiful.
When you're up there in that type of situation, what goes through your mind? What are you trying to do? You're leading off an inning, and you haven't faced this young guy before. What's going through your mind in that pinch hit role?
First of all, I don't like facing guys that I've never seen before, and I'll give him credit. He has a running fastball, the ball runs away, and the only thing good about it is when he winds up like this, so you know he's going to throw you a slider. And like that old cliche, you don't get old by being a fool, and I thrive, I guess, on situations like that. The thing I'm a little disappointed is, I guess the fans saw it, I messed up on another fly ball, and I have to take some more fly balls tomorrow. I don't like messing up on defense. I should have had Dusty's ball in my hip pocket, but it's just one of those things, but we won the game.
We saw when you got on first base, the first pitch, did they put on the hit and run with Bill Madlock?
Well, they put it on, but Chuck told me as I went up, he said, if you're on first base, the first pitch without a sign, it will be the hit and run. And Bill Madlock, right man in the right spot, I don't think anyone expected it. They were looking for him to bunt, and Bill, being the great hitter that he is, just punched the ball through and had men on first and third, and we knew we were going to win it then.
Well, it's not only Bill Madlock, the right man in the right spot, but tonight it was Bill Robinson also, the right man in the right spot, and the Pirates come up victorious and grab the victory right away from the Dodgers. That's the way it looks from here, Lanny. Back up to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Nellie, and that winds up Pirate Baseball for tonight, and what a great night of baseball it was. Be with us again this coming Friday, May the 9th at 10 o'clock Eastern Time from San Diego Stadium when the family meets the San Diego Padres. Pirate Baseball has been brought to you in part by Budweiser. For all you do, this Bud's for you. And in part by Kaufman's, your headquarters for the City of Champions. Coverage of tonight's game was produced by Doug Kennedy and directed by Brian Seif. Production and technical facilities provided by TPC Communications Incorporated. Coordinating producer, George Christensen. Now for Dave Martin and Nellie Briles, this is Lanny Fratteri bidding you a very pleasant good night from Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. Again, the final score. As Garner drives in Bill Robinson, the Pittsburgh Pirates 2 and the Los Angeles Dodgers 1. This is the Pittsburgh Pirate Baseball Television Network.
What's up, Dad?
Pay attention, kids. See if this guy knows how to cut wood.
He's going to have to work to start that saw. Yeah.
No, he won't. That's a McCulloch 320 with electric.